Did you watch Dancing with the Stars last night? I was back and forth watching a bunch of different things, but I checked out the three-way night last night on Dancing with the Stars as well. It's when a celebrity dances with their professional and then dances with another professional. Corbin Bleu was the standout last night. Carrie-Anne Inaba called his dance the best dance that she's seen in the show's history. He is really doing it. Then again, he is a trained song dance man, so I don't know what we expected. It's almost not even fair that a good dancer like him is there. My, he's grown up, hasn't he? Who knew he had all that under his clothing? Anyway, he got a perfect score of 30. And, hi, Corbin. Then there's good news and bad news for Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell fame and Showgirl fame. The judges gave her a perfect score, but she was eliminated at the end of the show. Well, this is how that happens. If you don't have enough viewers calling in and voting to keep you there, even when you get a perfect score of 30, you're going home. As a matter of fact, Bill Engvall is still surviving on the show, and he dances horribly. Look at him. But, look, I mean, really? I mean, horrible is good. It's certainly very entertaining, but not good enough to still be on Dancing with the Stars. He got a score of 21, but the deal is that he's got the viewership. You know, he's wildly popular. He's one of the redneck comedians. Who's the other guy who's the redneck? Like Jeff Foxworthy. They pal around together and tell those jokes. And remember, Bill also had a sitcom at one point that was very popular. So that's how he's able to stay with 2 left feet. Next week is Dancing with the Stars semifinals, so hopefully we'll all watch together and then talk about it. By the way, Dancing with the Stars was a topic of conversation last night on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Did you watch that? Yeah. Well, do you remember last year when Vanderpump fainted during her Dancing with the Stars rehearsal? Well, I called it like I saw it. I said, look, she just wanted to go home. At the time, the woman who I love, Vanderpump, she had 3 different reality shows on TV at one time. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Then she got that restaurant show, you know, with her restaurant. Vanderpump Rules, yes. And then Dancing with the Stars. So of course she was exhausted and something had to give. And that Dancing with the Stars, when you get involved, like I said, it sucks up all of your life. So last night on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the housewives suspected that Lisa was faking it. Don't ask me why we're still dealing with Vanderpump on Dancing with the Stars on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But I found it very comical that the ladies thought what I said all along. Just take a look at everything.
I fainted on camera before, and I fainted for real. And some people just aren't cut out for fake faints. Look when she wakes up. When she wakes up, don't people, when they wake up, don't they wake up, like, startled? But instead she woke up, like, and she was looking at him. And then she was like, to the cameras.
Lisa wanted out from Dancing with the Stars. She wanted out. I don't blame her. I'd be tired too, want to go home.
Back when we saw that happen, I said, nobody faints that pretty. And being a Dancing with the Stars insider, I know that there's some of us who we realize, gosh, we've bit off more than we can chew. I just want to get back to my regular life. How can I do this? Can I stub a toe? Can I faint? Can I get a doctor's note saying I have sciatica? What? So, Vanderpump, I understand what you did and why you did it. Allegedly. Hey, the singer Adele, we haven't talked about her in a long time, but I have a nice story to share with, well, depending on the type of person you are, I have a nice story to share with you. She reportedly declined, this Adele did, a huge $19 million deal to become the face of L'Oreal. Well, she's worth $55 million, and she didn't want to be associated with, she doesn't want to be associated with outside products. I respect her integrity. $19 million, I respect that, I so respect that. She didn't sell out. She's only 25 years old. You know, she's got that cute new baby, and she sings like nobody's business, and people love her. You know, there's nothing wrong if she did take that CoverGirl thing, but the idea that she didn't, I like her even more. I remember back in the day, before Mariah Carey had her perfume and before she had that nail polish that she does, you know, like that branding thing. I used to really love that, damn, Mariah Carey's a pure singer. You know, she hits those notes and she goes home. She doesn't want to be involved with clothing lines or, you know, nail polishes or anything. Well, she ended up caving in, and that's fine. But Janet Jackson's another one who I used to always say, it's so great that she's a pure performer, like a purist. She doesn't want the side money from being, you know, an easy breezy, you know, whatever. Listen, I appreciate that about you know, some of our singers. You know, they don't sell their names down the river for the sake of being associated with. They don't Kardashian themselves, is what I'm saying. Now listen. Okay, so Lady Gaga was on Elvis Duran's morning show here in New York on Z100. Hey, Elvis, how you doing? Anyway, she opened up about her struggles with drugs. Marijuana. Oh, so I hear tooth suck. It wasn't me, it was them. I heard tooth suck, and I see eye roll. Well, I say the same thing. I don't believe that marijuana is an addictive drug. We can argue and debate all day, but we only got another 50 minutes on the show. So we can talk to each other on Facebook. However, listen to what she says to Elvis, and then we'll continue our conversation.
I just want young kids to know that you actually can become addicted to it. And there's this sentiment that you can't, and that's actually not true, because I have been addicted to it, and it's ultimately related to anxiety coping, and it's a form of self-medication. And I was smoking up to 15 to 20 marijuana cigarettes a day with no tobacco.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught me. I was shifting. I love you. Now, the thing about the weed, okay, I understand that, like, in my opinion, cigarettes are a gateway drug. Cigarettes lead to weed, weed leads to coke, coke leads to heroin, pills, and the rest. I don't think it's addictive, and I want to do a clap by poll in the audience. Can I do the clap by poll? Is that what it is? All right, clap only if you feel marijuana is addictive. Okay, that's fair. That was like a 50-50 split. But I'm glad that Gaga is saying this because she has so many fans, and I've always said this, and I'll continue to say it, we can't leave it up to our pop stars and our actors and talk show hosts to raise our kids. We've got to learn how to be better parents ourselves. But I'm glad that at the very least, she is very conscious that she's got a lot of young, impressionable people who listen to her and watch her every move. So by her saying that, maybe she will help somebody. But I don't think that the weed is addictive. I think that it just makes you sleepy. The new strain doesn't even make you hungry. Anyway, let's move along. So, remember I was telling you that the actress Octavia Spencer is starring in the remake of the old show, which I still love in repeats, Murder, She Wrote? Yes. Well, now the original star, Angela Lansbury, is throwing shade. Well, at 88 years old, you know how shady you can get. She doesn't want them to use the original title. In fact, she doesn't want the show to be remade. Why? Here's the thing. I don't want them to use the original title either. I said that about Ironside. I just don't like, you know, if you're gonna remix something, don't associate it with the old show. There's too much pressure to, you know, to live up to. But they can change the name, keep the same premise, because the premise is Octavia Spencer works in a hospital as a hospital administrator, and she fights crime in between. So I have a couple of suggestions because I think Octavia Spencer would be perfect for this, and I would like to see Murder, She Wrote come back. I told you, I love cop shows where there's no guns used and no car chases, just smarts and clues. Look. But they should rename the show like Magnified Murder and have the magnifying glass be part of the thing, or make it more modern. Murder She Tweeted instead of Murder She Wrote. Oh, Miss Lansbury. All right, so Paris Hilton has this secret admirer, or some would say somebody with a little bit of weird kind of stalkerish behavior. The mystery person rented 2 planes. I know that sounds great and romantical. In a movie, maybe, but in real life, The planes flew across Malibu all day with banners asking Paris out. I know, do you think that's romantic? Creepy, right? Just asking. Woo! That's like Zoe Saldana's husband with that forearm tattoo we were talking about yesterday of her face. Okay. Can't get Paris Whitney Hilton out of my mind. And Mr. and Mrs. Hilton, may I court your daughter Paris? I mean, initially it sounds very romantic, but then thinking about it more, it's kind of creepy. My Hot Topics team did the math though, and we called up to find out what it costs to rent the plane and the banners and everything, a total of $8,000. So that's somebody who, if he ended up getting a date with Paris, that's worth its weight in gold, I guess, but you can't. She already has a boyfriend. Oh, she's been with the 22-year-old little fella for a year. His name is River. He's 22. When she came here on our show a few months ago, he was with her, sitting right there in the audience, really supportive. You know, she's a tall girl. She's like 5'10". He's tall in a Calvin Klein model kind of way. I think they're a cute couple. She's 32 years old. He's 22. And you might say, well, what do they have in common? What do they need to have in common? So, there's a new book coming out just in time for the holiday season. I don't know about you, but I find books to be a great gift as long as you're gonna put a lot of thought into the book that you're giving to the person. Like if you wanna give me a book, here's the book I'd want. It's a juicy tell-all about the Hollywood, it's by a Hollywood casting director revealing some surprising information about some of our favorite stars, one of them being Beyonce. I know, don't you want the book too? It'll be out like December 1st. Beyonce reportedly refused to audition for a role in the animated Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog. Well, she reportedly expected the role to be rolled out for her and handed to her. Alicia Keys, on the other hand, auditioned 3 times and still didn't get the role. The role went to Anika Noni Rose. Now, you know, she played a little princess in one of the animated movies, and she was really good at that. She was the first, I think, Disney princess. And she's been here on our show before, but you can kind of see where, okay, it's a lot cheaper to hire Anika than to hire Beyonce or Alicia Keys. But here's the bigger thing. Why should Beyonce have to audition for a role that requires singing and acting, and it's a cartoon role? That's Beyonce. Like, really, Disney? You know, when I sit here in my purple chair and I talk to you about the hot topics, I always try to be as fair as I possibly can. And a lot of you all say, well, I waffle in my opinion. Well, you know what? It's not that I waffle in my opinion. It's that when you don't dislike somebody or something that they do, to me, it's not cut and dry. You know, in this particular case, and we've said a lot of things about Beyonce here, good and bad. But let me just say this. Beyonce Knowles should not have to audition to play an animated frog in a Disney movie. Now maybe Alicia Keys, yes, because I've never seen Alicia Keys act. To my best knowledge, she's a brilliant singer, and the frog does sing, but not act. They should have given it to Beyonce, and probably some elocution lessons along with it. Well, you know, Beyonce, come on, frog, get off my lily pad. I mean, come on now. She's a real looker, and she's a great singer, but she speaks the Ebonics, And that might not be good for a Disney movie, but she should have gotten some elocution lessons and then gotten the role. But congratulations to you, Anika Nani Rose. So, David Hasselhoff, everybody, has proposed to his girlfriend, Haley Roberts, not once, not twice, but 5 times. Well, let me lay it out for you, because apparently she keeps saying no. She's 34 and he's 61. And the reason why she says no is because he proposes but doesn't present a ring. And my thought is, girl, please. Okay, Hasselhoff has been married twice. He's got 2 children, one of them who's been here before. And he probably is not into the formalities of relationships in that way. I mean, you're lucky he asked you to marry him, I guess, because a lot of guys these days, once you've been married twice, they don't want to do it again. Young lady, you used to work at the mall. We checked your dossier. Oh, no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working at the mall. I'm not saying, listen. I'm from Jersey. I spent half my life at the mall. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working at the mall, but can you imagine being a mall shop girl and all of a sudden you go from that to dating David Hasselhoff and he's flying you around the world? Hasselhoff's got money on top of money on top of money on top of money. Don't let eating the hamburger off the ground fool you. That Knight Rider money, and plus, you know, he's like a saloon singer over in Europe. He makes a lot of money singing his songs. This is what I would do if I were her. I would say, yeah, daddy. But I would say, yes, David, you know, I'll marry you. Give me your credit card, and I'm going to the mall to pick up a ring. And then I, as a 36-year-old woman who remembers where I came from, I was a shop girl. She's been with him now for a couple of years, so it's not like a user relationship. They really do love one another. It's just that Hasselhoff is older, and it's 2013, and a lot of people don't believe in regular marriage and all that formality. Take his credit card and go buy the best ring at the mall. That's it. And come back home and give it back to him. And that's your ring, and you walk down the aisle and have a good day. Haley, don't be a fool, girl. Marry the man, get the ring, go. You know, we all know that winning an Oscar is a huge accomplishment. But it doesn't faze this Jennifer Lawrence, which I love. Because, you know, to me, by it not fazing her and by her losing her Oscar, she obviously does not judge her own worth by what people say in terms of awards. She just revealed that she has no idea where her Oscar is. Now, look, she just won the Oscar. She says she has no idea where it is. She's hoping it's at her parents' house in Kentucky. If it's not, she says, well, it's gone. Kind of like that, though. You know what I mean? You ever walk into somebody's house who's gotten a lot of awards and stuff, and the awards are sitting there under a pin light? Right in the foyer at the front door? Like, if you walked in our house, you would never know that it was the TV lady's house. I don't leave any, it's just not that, it's home, it's home. I like that, though, Jennifer Lawrence, although the Academy might not like it so much. Why don't you just call your parents in Kentucky and ask them to go to the basement, look in the back box, the ones that you've closed with pink tape so that you know that they're yours, ask them to pull them open and see if your Oscar's in there. That's all. Anyway, drama is brewing in the Palin household. And we haven't talked about the Palins in a very long time. However, this is a good story. Bristol Palin, you know, has that baby's father, Levi Johnston. Well, they're good-looking people, aren't they? They were debating in Hot Topics. I was like, oh, she's pretty. That was money well worth spent. And everybody's like, oh. Call up the before and after, allegedly. Right? I mean, she wasn't horrible looking to begin with, but I like the improvement a lot also. And Levi is very, very cute. He's cute in a really sturdy pipe layer from Alaska type of way, right? Well, that's what he does. He works on the pipeline. Anyway, Levi has filed for equal, you're not gonna take me there. Levi has followed for equal custody of their 4-year-old son trip. But you know, Levi is also allegedly behind in child support by over $60,000. So Bristol's mother, Sarah, along with me and some of my team, feel like he probably wants 50-50 custody just so he can cut down on sending her child support. But he might get that custody because he has more of a stable household than Bristol, who's still single and ready to mingle. Levi is married, and he has a 1-year-old daughter with his wife. So I know, so I'll keep you posted on this whole little situation.